And when I saw this issue, my blood began to boil. You know, we've had stories in the past, the Obama administration, over there at HUD. Why is there a HUD? Why is there a Housing and Urban Development Department? Why isn't that abolished? The only thing that that place ever produces is scandal and crime-infested housing from the 1960s and 70s. The hell do we have them for? And of course, when Mario Cuomo was Secretary of HUD, he helped destroy our entire housing market. Remember that? He and Janet Reno, and Clinton, and before them the Carter administration, the Community Reinvestment Act. But they're up to no good over there. You'll remember a few months ago there was a story about how they are racially organizing their data based on the communities that are out there. Well, why is the federal government doing that? Well, the only reason the federal government collects data is to use it in some way, someday. So I suspect they'll use it someday to reorganize society based on race. Why collect it otherwise? And we've had little run-ins with this in the past, like in the 1970s, busing, and we've had affirmative action and reverse discrimination, all kinds of stuff. I put nothing past the federal government. But something actually is going on. We can touch it and feel it. The Washington Times has the story, Randall O'Toole and Damian Schiff. A plan to squeeze most residents of the San Francisco Bay Area into multifamily housing offers a test case of whether land use bureaucracies nationwide, encouraged by the Obama administration, should be allowed to transform American lifestyles under the pretext of combating climate change. Well, there's a mouthful, and there's a disaster. They want to use climate change, a.k.a. global warming, a.k.a. global cooling, a.k.a. fraud, phony from the beginning to the end. In zoning decisions overseen by the federal bureaucracy, dictating the local bureaucracies to transform American lifestyles. Currently, 56% of households in the 9-county Bay Area live in single-family homes. I knew this was coming. I talked about this years ago. They're going to push people out of their single-family homes, and those who have single-family homes in the future, they're going to be small homes, one-car garage. I'm telling you, tyranny's here, baby. That number would drop from 56% with single-family homes to 48% by 2030. So the government is now in the business of affirmatively preventing people from purchasing single-family homes and pushing them out of the single-family homes they currently live in. Unbelievable. Under a high-density development blueprint called the Planned Bay Area. I wonder if it's a 5-year plan. You know, Mao had his 5-year plans and Stalin had his 5-year plans. The commies are into 5-year plans. And it was recently enacted by the Association of Bay Area Governments. The Bay Area governments are all a bunch of red operations. And the region's Metropolitan Transportation Commission. Planned Bay Area has already drawn several legal challenges, and the debate could spread nationwide if, as may happen, it becomes a model for regulators in other parts of the country. Here we go. Here we go. Planners admit this will make a single-family home in the already high-priced Bay Area even less affordable. That's the point. Same with health care. You like your plan? You can't afford your plan. We're getting rid of your plan. You like your home? Great. You can't afford your home? You're getting rid of your home. You like your car? No good. Even if it's not without precedent, because this happened about 2 decades ago in Portland, Oregon, the planned Bay Area could still be revolutionary because of the rationale behind it. It could help spur a nationwide movement for a high-density, transit-oriented development in the name of reducing global warming. So we're all going to live by subway stops. Because the utopians in Washington, D.C., they're going to take out their blue paper. That's what a blueprint's written on. They're going to take out their rulers if they still use them. They're going to take out their sharp pencils, and they're going to reorganize us into these dense pockets around transportation sites. You know, Ameritopia, my book Ameritopia, if you haven't read that, why don't you go to the library and take a copy and take a look at it. This is essentially all in there. And in specific, you ought to read Thomas More's Utopia. I mean, all of them, whether it's Plato's Republic or Hobbes's Leviathan and so on, but read Thomas More's Utopia. Because in Utopia, he sets this all up. How many people live where? They spend time in the more urban areas and then they're forced to go out in the agricultural areas. People essentially dress alike. They live in these communes near transportation centers, and this is no joke. Now, of course, Utopia, the most experts believe it was fiction. But to me, it doesn't matter if it's fiction or nonfiction. They're trying to impose that on us. You want to take a look at it. Thomas More's Utopia. It's a tough, it can be a tough read for some people. It's not that long, but you'll get the drift of it. Or you can go to Ameritopia. I have a chapter on it. It's 20, 25 pages, thereabouts, and I break it down in plain English, so you can take a look at it there. But the point is, these are sick minds. These are megalomaniacs. These are people who imagine things and then try to impose them on us. The Obama administration is told, listen to this, the Obama administration has told metropolitan areas to include land use regulations in the transportation plans that federal law requires them to update every 5 years. There we go, another 5-year plan. Washington is also giving communities livability grants. Say what? Livability grants aimed at promoting high-density development. As a result, cities that are far removed from San Francisco in a political sense, Des Moines, Iowa, Lafayette, Louisiana, for example, are also considering similar land use restrictions. Is that not unbelievable? The data show that crowding people together isn't really effective at reducing greenhouse gas emissions or addressing other urban concerns. Population densities in the San Francisco, Oakland, San Jose urban areas have already grown by nearly 60% since 1990, yet per capita driving still has increased, even under Planer's most optimistic projections. Planned Bay Area will have negligible effects on carbon dioxide emissions. The draconian land use changes will reduce emissions by only about 0.75%. This isn't about reducing emissions. This isn't about the environment. That's all a pretext. That's all bullcrap. This is about dehumanizing us. This is about punishing us and coercing us. You see, we're just too happy, we're just too wealthy, and they're going to change these things. They're going to give us a beatdown. And it's never going to end, and it's going to hit every aspect of our lives. Because the damn federal government is too damn powerful. And I am so sick and tired of reading columns by this clown, Michael Gerson, who served in the Bush administration, and others just like him. There's like 20 of them. Talking about, oh, we got to use government, we got to use it in a way that promotes this, that, or the other. The man doesn't even stop to think for a second about what the hell's going on in this country. He doesn't even look around at what's going on in this country. is a joke. And he's not the only one. You look at these institutions of big government, they don't function. You look at these entitlement programs, they are going to collapse. And then what? What kind of catastrophe will follow? And they tinker on the edges. What we need is a populist conservatism. What we need is a constitutional conservatism. But they reject it. All the Bush guys reject it. Jeb Bush certainly rejects it. Hey, I'll compare my record to anybody else. Well, good. We're going to take a good look at that record should he decide to run. But this is what's being hatched by your federal government. Meanwhile, don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. Don't worry, because we are against any government shutdown whatsoever, any agency, any department, any program, because the Republican Party has stated unequivocally, no shutdown. They're going to fund it. Every damn piece of it. Because a shutdown is not conservative, you know, and cutting is not conservative, you know. No, I know this because the Wall Street Journal editorial page has told us that. No. Government's sacrosanct, so we got to defend this stuff. Just change a little here, don't offend. I'll be right back.